So I've been with the Dolphins close to 20 years now. Grew up down here in South Florida, and I was fortunate enough that my mom and dad took me to the Dolphin games. And that was a big event, and that started my love for football and for the team.
This is my second season with the Dolphins. First full time, I was an intern last year. How I got into this business, basically I got lucky, just like everyone else in this room.
I've been with the Dolphins now since 2008. I got a call from Joe one day to come down here and work for an internship, and I've been here ever since.
I've been here with the Dolphins for going on 20 seasons now. When I first got down here, I came here after college in 1994. Coach Shula one day asked me up to his office, said, "Hey, I know you like to work in the weight room. You wanted to help out in there. I've got a position for you in the equipment room. What would you like to do?" I said, "Absolutely, anything it takes to help the team and wherever you need me." And here I stand 20 years later.
Our department equipment is just like you would have the video, trainers, engineering, grounds crew, security. We're all support staff. We're here to support the football team. We want to do whatever we can to assist them to win football games.
We make sure the players are safe, and then we make sure they look good. I say that in a nutshell, that's everything right there. We do maintenance on the shoulder pads and the helmets. We sanitize everything, constantly cleaning. Also, we want them to look good, so a big part of my job is treating the jerseys, stain treating the jerseys, making sure our white jerseys are shining white on game day.
This staff I got, I mean, I could sit here till midnight or probably a whole week and tell you how great they are, individually and collectively. I'm sure if you talk to Charlie about what he does, he owns those helmets now. Those are his babies, okay? Steve, when he does the uniforms, that's his stuff.
When a kid goes to a game on Sundays, I want him to say, "Oh, man, look at those uniforms." That's a big part for me. Anna is a huge part of what we do. How about the pans?
Yes, I did.
I did it?
I did.
Oh, you did cut it?
Yeah, cut it last time.
Perfect. Come see Anna.
Come see Anna. Yeah.
The trucks will get here the day before the game. We'll load the truck up. We'll go right to the stadium, and this is usually around 6 a.m. And we'll unpack at the stadium and set up all the players' lockers, set up our equipment room.
Game day, of course, I think for everybody in the organization is the pinnacle. Take those for now. Go.
The biggest thing is making sure on game day everything is as smoothly as possible. If it rains, then obviously we need to get all the raincoats out for the players, the coaches.
The toughest part of the job, the hours in the job. It's physically demanding, and once you get exhausted, it becomes mentally demanding.
Immediately after the game is one of the toughest times because that's when all the trunks come off the truck. Me and Swede, we go and start refilling all the trunks from all the stuff that we used at that game, like hand towels or shirts or whatever players ask for.
Some guys go in different directions, start unloading the player bags back in their lockers because obviously we have practice during the week. On a Monday, the players will come in for their workout days. So that is another day where we can still finish replenishing any trunks, working on any uniforms, working on helmets again from the game.
No matter what time we ended the day before, whether it was 8 o'clock at night or if we ended at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm just coming in at 7 because I got to start treating the jerseys, and that's a 10 to 15 hour process.
So each player has what they essentially want and need for the game in a mesh bag. Every player is different, has different specifics. Some players don't have it that much, and some players have a lot of stuff. So if they say they want this in there, they have it. Like Paul Soliai, he's got a hairbrush because he's got long hair. Got a hairbrush. Tuesday morning, we have until approximately 1:30, 2 o'clock till there's practice.
74, 51, 2.
Practice is an important part of getting the players ready, so we don't want them waiting or wasting time. We want it to be an efficient process and want them to get the most out of practice. So we kind of go over our responsibilities. Charlie spots the ball, Steve helps with setting up the next drill, John does special teams, we have the staff assistants moving chains, setting up gear. It needs to be choreographed to the degree that everyone knows what their part is.
Player day off is the big day because that's the day we tape shoulder pads. The jersey will stick to the pad, so when they're out there playing and the players trying to grab each other,
the jersey won't slip.
We clean helmets, shine them up. We pack the coaches' clothes, we pack the jerseys, we pack the players' bags.
So we go to practice on Fridays. Players are done afterwards, but then that's when we do our final packing for the game.
After practice, we clean the helmets again, which sounds crazy, but we do it. We just want to make sure it's perfect, and we finalize packing the players' bags and get ready for the next day.
An away game is different from a home game, up until the point that the trucks come and get the equipment. Once they get the equipment, we will go to the plane, load the plane ourselves.
When we load a plane, it's a process. Joe's been doing it for a long time, and we packed the 767. It's pretty fun in my opinion, because it's cool to see all the stuff that we've packed during the week fit into this tiny spot on the plane.
After we're done loading the plane, we come back, we shower up, get in our suits, head right back to the airport. Getting on that plane for a road trip is probably the next best 2.5 hours we can get in the air, because nobody can ask for anything. They can ask, but we can't get to it. Once we land, all of our equipment's unloaded onto two 24-foot long trucks, take them to the stadium, and we go back and reset up the locker room at the stadium for the next game.
We're just kind of in charge of making sure the quarterbacks get the balls. We receive the balls from the wide receivers.
And anything the players need, they need a new wristband, new quarterback towel to keep their hands dry. That's what I'm there for, to give them whatever they need. On the way back, we're under a time constraint. The players have usually gone through their screening to get onto the plane, and they're waiting on us to finish loading up the plane.
It's quick. I mean, we're in a hurry to get from point A to point B.
We're down there hustling to get it done, because the sooner we get that plane loaded, the sooner we're on our way back to Fort Lauderdale.
Physically, I'm not sure how many equipment staffs do that, but we actually put all the equipment on. We help lock it down with the help of the American Airlines specialists.
You have to kind of live the whole week to kind of see how it all comes together. But fortunately, it does every week, because these guys work extremely hard at it.
I just want to be the best equipment staff, and I want the Dolphins to look the best on Sunday. I want our players to be the safest players on the field. I take a lot of pride in that.
The fun part is, and you don't realize it sometimes, is just being here day to day. I mean, the exchanges we have with guys, with John, Steve, and Charlie, those exchanges, sometimes it's just everyday exchanges. You got to remember, don't take that for granted. That's part of it.
My favorite part, probably game day. You work so hard all week to get everything ready. They make sure the players have everything they need. The jerseys are ready, the helmets are ready, and it's just the best feeling in the world. And then watching the players go out of the tunnel for warm-ups and just seeing how good they look, it's just the best feeling in the world.
Whitey Zimmerman was the original equipment manager for the Atlanta Falcons. He passed away unexpectedly of a heart attack, early 90s. And at that point, Whitey, from what I understand, was one of the best in the profession. So the league decided, hey, listen, you know what? We need to probably recognize Whitey and what he did and what he meant for the team and what that profession means to football. So they started this award back then. Every year, the league nominates a certain amount of people. I was fortunate when I saw my name on the I was like, wow, I didn't nominate.
We look at it as a great accomplishment for our staff, and we take great pride in it.
I'm just proud of the guys that I have working for me, because it's just like a team award. It really is, It may have my name, but it really belongs to these guys as well, if not more to these guys.
It felt great to win the award. First and foremost, it is Joe's award. It does go to him. And vice versa, he is going to tell you first and foremost that it has to do with all of us. I do understand that, but it is about the head equipment manager, because he's the one that makes all these pieces come together. Joe has a way of pulling it all together. It's his award. We are a tight-knit group. We put in a lot of hours together.
I tell these guys all the time, they're like my family. Because, like my parents and my brothers and sisters, I don't see them. I'm here 15, 16 hours a day. And, Swede, Charlie, Joe, they're like my brothers.
I enjoy working here with the Miami Dolphins. It's a great atmosphere. I have great coworkers, and the whole building's an excellent place to work in.
That's important, because if we didn't like each other, it would be a tough 15 hours a day.
I'll do this job until it becomes work, until I feel like, oh boy, I got to get up and go to work, because I don't feel that way.
I'm willing to do this job as long as I can do it.
Until the Lord says I'm done, or until I just physically can't do it anymore.